Welcome to JustWannaQuilt, a research podcast coming out of Tulane University Law School, where we explore all kinds of things, stories about quilting, tools, field trips, maybe some famous quilters stop by, and, of course, a little bit of copyright thrown in just for fun. This is Elizabeth Townsend-Gard. I'm a law professor at Tulane University Law School. I'm also, I have two fellowships right now, one at the Business School for Entrepreneurship, the LePage Faculty Fellow, and I also have another really cool fellowship at the Newcomb Institute, the Greenbaum Fellowship, looking at narrativity, gender, and fiber. And, of course, I just want to quilt. Hi, so welcome back. This is lecture number 4 in the Trademark lectures, and we're still working on trademark basics. So today we're going to look at when do you need a trademark? Now, not everyone needs to file for a trademark. If you are quilting for a charity or you have a small repair business that's just very local, where people know you and they bring you in the thing that needs to be repaired, you don't need a trademark. Now, the charity itself that you may be quilting for may or may not have a trademark. You think about Project Linus or Quilts of Valor. Those are really big companies. Nonprofits, and so nonprofit companies. And so they may or may not have registered their federal trademark. Let's take a look and see. So we went to the USPTO site and we looked it up. And Project Linus, sure enough, is registered as a charitable services, namely providing blankets to those in need. So they took the time, the national nonprofit corporation, to register their trademark. So again, you may be quilting charity quilts for Project Linus. You don't need a trademark to do that, but they've registered their trademark. Okay. So let's say you have a blog. And that starts to turn into a store, and you start creating patterns, and you start selling ceramic needle holders, and you start using a hashtag that you really care about. We'll use the example of bug quilt blues. So you start to care about it, and you care about that property right. You don't want someone else using it as a source identifier. You stake your territory on that mark by registering the mark. And we're encouraging you to register it federally. And we'll talk a little bit more about different jurisdictions in a minute. So you're building the goodwill around the mark. And you might be upset if a large company or another entrepreneur starts to use your name as a source identifier as well. If you care that somebody uses your name as a source identifier for their own product or business, then it's time to federally register your trademark. And we suggest you do that as soon as you possibly can. Again, the cost will be the government cost is starts at $225, and that's usually pretty good for most people. If you hire an attorney, it will be more expensive. If you do it at an online service, they will add $300 to $600 to that price tag. We think that in most instances, you can do it on your own, and by purchasing the book for $50, you can learn how to do it. Also, with the book purchase, we do have monthly workshops where you can come and we'll do some trademark searches together, and everybody will be there to sort of practice and look up your own stuff. We're not your attorneys. We are teaching you trademark. And then the beauty of it is that once you have your trademark done, we are totally okay if you've purchased a paper copy of the book to pass it along or to teach others when they feel like they need a trademark as well. Okay, so why do you need to register your work as soon as possible? Let's talk about timing and the importance of being the first to file on this. So the U.S. trademark system and around the world is based on a senior versus junior user. So it's better to be the senior user. So it's better to be the first user of a mark. Now, that's not always the case. You may be a senior user that doesn't really do much with it, and a junior user, a big corporation, might come in and try to suggest that they should get the mark instead of you. But in general, it is much better to be the senior mark and be in that position of the senior user than trying to advocate against, as a junior user, somebody else who already has the mark. You want to claim your territory early. Think about this as like the Wild West, right? It is going out and claiming your territory in the trademark world so that you have it and you can use it. So let's say you're the first to use Bug Quilt Blues, but you don't register it with the US PTO. Then a big company decides to use the mark and registers it. Even though you were using the mark first in your town, and even though you might even have put it online, the person that is the junior user, the one that came after you, may receive the federal trademark because they're the first to apply with the USPTO. And why is this a problem? Well, this new junior user could keep you from using the mark anywhere except in your small territory, in your town or your region where you've become known. You won't be able to expand your business if you haven't registered your mark federally. You'll be restricted to use it the use you were using it before they obtained the trademark. Also, people may come to identify your mark with your company, and now suddenly there is a secondary mark out there, and they may get confused, or they may think that's you. It's just a big old mess. And finally, if you care about it, if it's something that you're putting time and energy into, why not protect it? It was just so terrible to watch people have to rebrand, and you can keep from having to do that, at least because somebody else told you you can't use the name if you register the mark. Again, if you haven't put anything into commerce, because this is a commerce system, you can do an intent to use mark, and we'll be talking more about that. So you don't have to wait until you're up and running as a business or you're really well known. That's not really what you want to be doing. You want to be doing it before you're well known to make sure that you have staked the territory, the property right on that particular mark, that name, that logo. And we'll talk more about what other things trademarks can be. So next time we're going to talk about local, state, or federal trademarks. Which is better? That's our next topic. Come back to the trademark lectures. I hope you're enjoying it. Again, we are moving slowly through this book. If you are ready to go and you really want to know this stuff, go buy the book. The book is available at our website, JustWannaQuilt.com, at Amazon, and at our store if you want to go directly to our store, which is JustWannaQuilt.bigcartel.com. We do hope you buy the book. It's great. We are really proud of the book. We worked really hard on it. And I really do think it's going to help you if you are trying to understand trademarks and register your mark. It goes step by step through the application process. And we will not be doing that part of it in these lectures. We're just doing the overview of sort of what trademark is. But once it gets to the screens and going through that, you really do need the book. Also, if you purchase the book, you are automatically enrolled in free workshops that happen monthly, and you'll be able to participate in those. We'll be doing trademark searches and other things so that you're not alone. So again, purchase the book. It's awesome. It's $50. You can learn trademark. Your friends can learn trademark. It's all insanely glorious. Until next time, when we look at local, state, and federal trademarks, which is better? I hope you have a great day. So you've been listening to Just Wanna Quilt, a research podcast coming out of Tulane University Law School. And I'm Elizabeth Townsend Garr. If you like this podcast, keep listening. Also, we have a Facebook group. Come join us. We talk about a lot of things. We also have an Instagram account. And of course, most importantly, I really hope you get a chance to quilt today.